please introduce yourself and the organization that you represent?
So my name is Farshad Mohammadi, and I am the founding principal of International British Online School in London, UK. And we are a fully online British school catering for the needs of primary, secondary, and sixth form for students around the world.
Sounds wonderful. So you're an honoree here tonight in the Education 2.0 conference being held in Dubai. So tell us a little bit about how it feels. You're receiving so much recognition.
Yeah, it's an honor. It's an absolute pleasure to be around here, seeing some fantastic educators around, networking with them. It's lovely to receive the award as well. And I'd like to thank everybody who have been great in inviting me as part of this whole conference, but also presenting the award to me. And I'm very appreciative of that.
We're so glad to host you. We're glad to have people like you here amongst us, gracing our conference. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations again. Tell us a little bit about how you're finding the conference so far. How's the learning and networking experience been for you?
Yeah, it's great. And obviously, the theme this year is around digital technology, the AI, and the tools around that in education. It's the second day, and it's been fantastic hearing the viewpoints of different educators around the use of technology in education and how wonderful it will be and beneficial it will be for the students around the world at different stages of their educational journey. And yeah, it's been wonderful.
We're so glad to have you here. Thank you so much for joining us. If there's people that are watching that want to be inspired by you, that want to follow your footsteps, give them a few words of advice.
They need to obviously don't give up, work very hard. Education is a rewarding pathway. We are all in it for one purpose, and that is to nurture and empower students worldwide. And it's challenging at some points, but of course, if you always put the students at the core of all your decisions, you will always have the energy and the enthusiasm to move forward and go for, from one place to another place.
That's such wonderful advice. I'm sure all teachers that are watching you are so inspired. Thank you so much for those insights. Now let's get a little specific about what you do and your expertise. So as you know, online schooling and remote learning is now a part of our everyday lives. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, online education and homeschooling has been around for a while. Obviously, the COVID pandemic has showed to almost every single country that it can be an empowering alternative pathway in comparison to physical schooling education experience. We are seeing a growth in terms of trends of families accepting homeschooling and online schools as the alternative pathway. And in terms of the well-being and the empowerment of the students, this is definitely significantly, making the life of families and students much easier and put them at the comfort and ease of studying from anywhere in the world at home and receiving the top quality education. It can also be obviously, quite an affordable pathway, especially with private education being quite expensive for a lot of parents. So, a lot of families and parents nowadays work from home or they have hybrid models of working. So this is an alternative pathway, which already we see as, a successful trend and the impact of the students achieving top quality results and being prepared and nurtured for the life beyond.
Sounds wonderful. So it's a good walkthrough. It's a good opinion that you have. Tell us a little bit about the advantages and disadvantages. A lot of parents would disagree with you. They'd want their kids to physically go and attend the schools to be mentally present and whatnot. So what is your take on that?
I think we nowadays live in an era where a lot of students, I call them digital nomads, and we always say when you put 10 kids in one classroom, that within 5 minutes they will take their phones out and they would like to go on their applications or digital devices. I think the current generation is preparing themselves for jobs and for university courses that we don't even know what they are, what they look like in 10 years, 15 years. They don't even exist today. And therefore, the advantages of being prepared for the life that is ahead of them is quite important. In terms of advantages, obviously with homeschooling, the full supervision of the students' education will be, with parents and the school. Nowadays, sending a child to a physical school obviously has its advantages, but it also has got disadvantages in terms of the safeguarding concerns that you might have, in terms of the interaction of your child and the student with certain students that maybe you don't want them to associate with. But more importantly, in terms of the time that they have available to them during the day, studying at home and then being able to take care of all of your extracurricular activities yourself will enable the students not only be successful academically, but also vocationally.
That sounds wonderful. I'm glad. I'm sure a lot of parents would agree with you, and some might disagree. But that's great insight. Thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on winning your award. If there's people that are watching you that want to reach you for collaboration, maybe advice, where can they reach you?
Sure. I mean, they can find us on ibos.school. That's the portal of our school. And we look forward to meeting as many people as possible.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. Congratulations once again. We're so honored to have you here.
Thank you very much.